The main benefits that I see and the main needs that I see from the NBN network is mainly to do with our geographical location and where we are. We cover a huge geographical area overall, and so in terms of people travelling to specialist appointments and travelling to follow-up appointments, there's a lot of time and energy and cost involved that goes with that. And so if we can bridge that gap, especially if they need urban reviews from this sort of centre, I think that would be a really good outcome overall. I think that in terms of quality of care, in terms of rapid assessment and appropriate triaging assessments through specialists, if they can, there's only so much you can describe over a phone. So if you can do that as a face-to-face contact, I think that would be an excellent thing. And then just get the appropriate outcome that goes through it. If they need a more urgent care, you know, the specialist knows face-to-face, they know the case and they can get the ball rolling, and then the follow-through that goes with it. So that's one of my major benefits, and certainly a patient benefit. On a personal level, I think education would be a really wonderful thing that can be facilitated by a national broadband network, and we have the equivalent of local grand rounds that's potential, but to be able to see that on a larger scale and to do that, you know, with the big metropolitan centres and potentially, you know, eventually even overseas would be a really wonderful thing to achieve overall.
So in that professional development field, there's some great opportunities, then, isn't there, for being able to link in with, you know, other medicos and specialists and what have you, so to actually teach you and train you or whatever it might be in those particular fields.
And same thing, you know, do we have a cutting edge area of development that we have here that we can share? Is there a new procedure that's being developed in Israel or America that we can, you know, not have eventually filter through, but a direct interaction would be really good. I think a lot of people, especially if they've trained and developed in an urban centre, they're used to having a bit of that technology come with them, whether that be personally or through the workforce. And so to be able to provide those opportunities is a really useful thing. I also think if they're going to come out to a rural centre, to have them know that support that can be provided. Again, you know, knowing that even though previously the specialist was just up the road, it's now not that much of a gap anymore, even though they've actually travelled a long geographical distance. And I think that would provide a lot of reassurance and a lot of incentive to then bring them out further and further afield, and the benefits that follow on. And so, you know, are they working in a regional hospital, and is that something that was concerning them? But if they, you know, if they're in an emergency department and they need to treat something that is fairly rare or they don't see all the time, and they can link straight up to, you know, a major city emergency department and you know, be taken through that process. And I think a lot of people get concerned about that support aspect, and that can certainly be addressed in a very large degree and feel a lot of concerns by having the network set up.